All right. So we are going to talk about, I have had pretty good months and pretty crazy months with doing takeovers. Some of them I was able to cruise qualify on, and some of them I just wanted to make some good money without having to reinvest because we had some crazy bills come up. And so I was really grateful for some amazing teammates that were able to kind of bless my family in doing that. And so that basically takeovers. Okay. When you're going to be doing takeovers, you need to have an objective. Your objective is either going to be to like shop for your own boutique, right? You're either going to, and you need to make sure that, and we'll talk about that. You're either going to be there mainly to just wholesale shop, right? You're going to be there to shop for yourself maybe, or you're going to do what I would do, and that's going to be, you're going to be a personal shopper. You're basically a personal shopper for your VIPs, and you're giving them this experience that really not a lot of consultants do, because I think consultants are afraid of teaching their customers to fall in love with the brand that's not in their house. I think too many consultants are so afraid with, you know, because here's the deal. The end game is to have customers that come to your house, customers that shop from you because they love you, not because you are unicorn hunting. That's not what this is. Taking over is not unicorn hunting. Taking over is giving them a personal experience that they've never had before, usually, and turning it into something that can be super beneficial for your business and clienteling for your customers. So the main strategy that you're going to be doing when you start scheduling these takeovers is clienteling. This is the entire point of this entire process, and what it is taking care of those customers, getting to know them in a way, this is my husband who's super random, in a way where they are going to feel heard. They're going to feel like they literally have a personal assistant, personal shopper in their back pocket that's taking care of them, that you can style them, anything like that. That is what a takeover is. Now, if you have permission from the consultant that you're going to, that they're going to give you permission to wholesale shop, go right ahead. Why not? I've had consultants walk in and say, you can buy anything you want. And I said, all your solids? And they were like, yeah, you can buy anything you want. And I was like, oh, okay, I guess I will. I'll take all your solids then, because then, oh my gosh, which right now, you know, solids are not as hot as a commodity as they used to be. So, but back in the day, a month ago, or last week, I don't know, I haven't been online for a week, so who knows? But those were big. Or like blacks. I remember I went to Ashley Lataha's, and she had like 100 black leggings, and I was like, oh my gosh, can I please sell these to my people? And she was like, yeah, I've had thousands. And I'm like, of course you have, because you're Ashley and I have not. I have been traveling. I went on. So anyway, so I'll get to that. But anyhow, I was able to sell that to my customers. Plus I bought some for myself at wholesale, because she gave me permission for that. So there are lots and lots of perks. But before we jump into that, I want you guys to know your objective for taking over. And you need to make sure that you are very, very clear with the consultant that you're going to take over. I'm going to talk a lot about etiquette and a lot about business tactics and being in a friendly dialogue with the consultant that you're going to be taking over at, okay? And making sure that you're not grooming your customers to only shop at takeovers, right? The goal is to be a stay-at-home business owner, right? But I will say, I've been in this business for 3.5 years. Me going, in the beginning, it was all pop-ups. I left the house. I left the house for 4 or 5 hours to go do a pop-up. I was not a quick pop-up person. I have a bad back. I did not pop up quickly. So I have a lot of experience in doing that. And I will say that that is crucial for success at takeovers. You need to be able to, or have been, or will do, you have to have in-person interaction on your belt. You need to know how to treat someone. That's just live in general. If you want to have success in a live, you need to have already had success with an in-person client, because you need to know how you're going to treat that person, what your persona is, right? We all have a persona when we're live, and that is to protect us from are from really, it's kind of a protection mechanism with going live. I've noticed people kind of bring on this persona, and it's also a way that we can kind of live like this persona that we aren't really, right? Like I'm not truly this really confident, crazy person. I'm crazy, but I'm not really that confident as I put on in life. But that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother time. But I want to make sure that you guys know that we're gonna get into that, and into as far as how you can be successful during your live at the takeover. However, so your objective, make sure that you are either, basically this was my objective. Robin Blade wanted to go on a road trip, and I wanted to go to convention, but I waited too late to buy tickets. And so I thought, you know what, back home we're from California. We've road tripped out there before for convention when we didn't live there, our first year that we were in, and then we moved back, But, so I'm in Texas now, right? And I really wanted to see people along the way. And takeovers were starting to get popular. I think people have been doing them for a while, but they were getting popular, and I'm friends with a lot of what I quote unquote top sellers, I guess. And I don't say that as a name drop or anything. I say that as I'm telling them I'm going to do these things, they're like, no, don't do that. Sell your own stuff. And I'm like, yeah, I know. But here's the truth. Robin Blade has been in the business for 3.5 years. I've had success where I hit $18,000, I think it was $992 one month. And then I've had months where I was 2,000 in sales. And I cruise qualified every year except for this year. I've let things go. I have 4 kids. I have a very busy life. I have a marriage that's been through tornado after tornado of stress. And I've been able to use what's been my favorite part about this business is it has ebbed and flowed as I have needed it to. And I've been able to run with it really hard when I can, and I've been able to pull away when I need to. For instance, my baby's only 8 months old. So you better bet that $2,000 sales month was the month he was born. And I was okay with that. I was fine with that. So wherever you are in the sales base, just know that this is possible, what I'm going to teach you, because I have been there and I am there right now. I literally have $200 in sales because I took 10 days off of my business because I needed it. And sometimes we don't allow ourselves to do those things. So before I begin, accept where you are in your business, but also just like Rachel Hollis teaches in her book, be willing to strive for something better and be willing to envision that and put it on your vision board, put it on your mirror, put it wherever you want it to be. You might have a vision that has nothing to do with LuLaRoe. What I'm teaching right now is that you can cruise qualify, okay? You can cruise qualify by doing takeovers. Why? Because I did it. Literally all summer, I've been stuck between $2,000 and $5,000 in sales. And I don't mean stuck like, oh, woe is me. I felt very grateful for that. I had a newborn baby. And so I was super grateful for that. But you know what? Convention came, and guess what board I was on? I'm a coach in the company. I was like so close to so many things. And then so many things happened, and I had to ebb and flow with the business, and I had to move back. But you know what was so awesome is that I saw my name on the 2.5K board, which I feel super honored to even be on that because I've been through so much with this business has rolled with me through the craziest of times in my life, it feels like. And so, but I saw it and I was like, you know what? I've got teammates who are on higher boards I better be a better example. So I was like, I got it. I got to do this. And so guess what happened? I think it was August. I'm pretty sure it was August. I was like, I'm going to test it. I'm going to go strong. So, we road tripped out to convention. We went all the way. I'm from Texas. Well, I'm from California, but I live in Texas. And we went all straight up to South Dakota, a big team out in South Dakota, did a bunch of takeovers there, and then drove over through basically completely west, and then went up to Washington and then down, right? And then back through New Mexico and over. So all through those, I was able to stop at amazing places. I didn't get to stop at Alexandra's, but I got to stop at other places. And so I was able, everywhere we stopped, I took over, and we were having an amazing summer with my kids. No, my husband does not work with me. That did not work for us. We tried for a couple months. We're back in therapy, okay? It did not work for us. He's got his whole other job. He works on a computer doing those other things. But we were able to have this really awesome summer, and every time we stopped, not only did we already have a little bit of savings for our gas, but it was so nice to be able to teach the kids, oh my gosh, you guys, okay, mom's gotta work. I'm gonna go work for 2 hours. You guys are gonna come in with me. They're gonna like hang on their iPads, or like when we were at Randy and Ryan's house, they just like played with the kids. It was so fun. And so stuff like that, they were able to meet some more of our Lula friends. They got really involved. They got to pick a free kids shirt every time. Well, it wasn't free, you know, this was pre-kids pricing being lowered. Okay. So I paid the old wholesale price. No, so they had a lot of fun, and it was like really inspiring for me and for my business. In July, I didn't cruise qualify. I'm pretty sure I sold like $4,500, I think. I should really pull up the real numbers. But I know that it was definitely less than 6. So anyhow, it doesn't matter, because I was having an amazing experience with my family, and I was falling in love with takeovers, but I was also finding what didn't work with takeovers. And so through all of this, right, I get home and I'm like, you know what? I want to take over San Antonio. I want to travel. Like, I've got the travel bug in me, and I need to get this done. So that was my objective, was I wanted to get my hands on as many pieces as I could. Because guess what? Here I was, July, 3 years in the business, and I was actually contemplating, like, do I still like this? You know, I went to convention, and I love everyone. I love my team. I think that if I quit, I might give everyone a heart attack. So I stay for that. No, I'm just kidding. I would never, because of this. I don't sit in the ruts for very long. If I know that something is not for me, I will change directions and I will make something else work. Now, what happened for me as I was traveling the country, kind of, you know, not really traveling the country, but as I fell in love with LuLaRoe in a time when the prints were worse than they could ever be. I fell in love with LuLaRoe when no one was ordering from the warehouse. I fell in love with LuLaRoe when clients were buying wholesale prices everywhere. And I fell back in love with it because I got passion back in clienteling with my customers, finding outfits for them, finding pieces for them that they love, that they can say, my consultant went and traveled to Idaho, and I watched her in Idaho Falls, and I got this Randy, and then she went over to Washington, and I got this black pair of leggings, and then she went down to Corona, and I was able to buy this. Like, they traveled with me through this entire process. And not only did it attach them to me, but I very much got attached to them. I was constantly talking to them, you know, and it wasn't like constant, I guess, because it was when I would, before a live, during a live, and after a live. And then after that, I was with my family. We were with the kids in the car, and it was, you know, yelling at them and trying to make it through this road trip. So anyhow, that was my objective, was I wanted to continue to keep falling in love with LuLaRoe in a time where I had no money to spend on boxes, because we literally are getting ourselves out of the worst amount of debt that we got ourselves into because of our own doing, and we are on the path for it, and it feels great. But my objective was to continue to fall in love with LuLaRoe and to continue to find pieces. It was like really exciting for me to find these pieces in a boutique where this consultant wants me to come in because they're bored with their prints and they feel like everything is ugly. And then I can come in and sell 2, 3, 10, 20 pieces, and I'll feel amazing. My customers feel amazing. And then the consultant feels amazing. Like, oh my gosh, you just sold that? I found this in my initial inventory. Or I bought that off Perks and I thought for sure it would sell, and it never did. And I have people that let me walk in. They'll go, oh yeah, I already showed my customers. And I'm like, how many times did you show your customers this? And they're like, oh, I just went live with it. And I'm like, let me tell you, you should probably go live a little bit more. You should probably take some pictures and show them, because I'm about to sell this right now. So you better hide it, or you better do something with it because you didn't show it enough. So sometimes I do walk in and I get like supreme inventory, Terry. Thank you for that. So anyhow, before you go live, you guys, you gotta have like business smart tactics. I don't even know if that is a saying, but I'm gonna make it up. You need to have smart business tactics. That's actually better English. Smart business tactics, all right? The hype is everything. We are a social media business. This is what we've turned into. Pop-ups. If you're still doing pop-ups, I praise you. I like kiss the ground you walk on. I miss pop-ups so much. I remember once I was traveling to a takeover, and one of my best friends is Leslie, and she's on my team, and I Marco Poloed her, and I was like, I feel like I'm going to a pop-up. I'm so excited. Like, I'm nervous. I don't know what's going to be there. I have people that I know are going to show up. The only thing that's missing is meeting strangers and introducing strangers to LuLaRoe. And I miss that more than anything. And so that's why I never give up on my open houses or doing vendor events and all of that. Pop-ups will make their way back. So don't give up on them. I know they will. They have to. I'm just in a belief of that, okay? And they're not totally dead. Some of you might be totally booked with pop-ups, and that's freaking awesome. I am not. And so this is my way of being creative and falling in love with it again. So join a takeover group. Step 1, join a takeover group that is local to you, or create one. If there is not one by you, create it. I created one, and I added people that I liked. And then I let them add people that they liked. I did not mass add because I have learned through the 3 years that not everyone is kind, not everyone is friendly. And so I only added people that I knew were interested in takeovers. And it's, I think we have almost 100. I don't know, maybe there's like 80 or something. I only added like 15, which was like my team. And so that's out here in San Antonio, but well, used to be. But anyway, that's a whole nother story, a whole nother training. But I created that because I was like, you know what? I'm going to create it. I don't even know. If I can't like Google, if I can't Facebook search San Antonio Takeover and nothing pops up, I'm not going to keep searching. I'm not going to waste my time. I will create one. I will tell the San Antonio consultants that I like that I'm doing this, and XYZ, this, you know, falls into place. So join or create. When you create the group or you join it, be aware of the rules. Sometimes people have you need to have this amount of inventory. You need to have this many styles. Sometimes people have, you can have your own rules where you need to order a box a week. You need to do this and that. Let me tell you something. I have done, I should have counted, lots of takeovers. And it doesn't matter really. It does not matter if the person has ordered in the last week or month or months. It doesn't matter if it's a mentor, coach, trainer, sponsor, retailer. It doesn't matter. It all is in how I hype it. It's all in how I prepare my customers for it. And it's all in how I show up and how my customers show up. It's always the luck of the draw. It doesn't matter. If you could show up, and I've been at someone's house where I was like, how is this freaking leopard Kenny not selling? And it just didn't, and I was like, that's it, I'm buying it. You know, I don't think I ended up buying it. But there was one, I was at a lady's house. It wasn't even just a leopard Kenny. It was a tiger Kenny that I think is ballin' amazing. Those tiger Kennys. And then there was a tiger Carly that she had. And I was like, holy moly, this is amazing. I am like taking the hunt to sell this. Like I was like on a high, like I have to sell this. It didn't sell. It didn't sell. I was live for like almost 2 hours. It didn't sell. So I bought it, a wholesale. And I was like, this has to sell. Freaking Kenny is still on my rack right now. And I am like, how is it still on my rack? This is crazy. Crazy. Oh my gosh. So the luck of the draw, you guys. However, it does help if you find someone that is willing to allow you to come into their house and they have previously ordered, they have recently ordered. That is nice. Or they have a great amount, a great selection, or that you are prepared. They say, you know, I'm letting go of tops, but I have a super strong collection of Sarah's, or I have a super strong collection of Cassie's. If you can sell a ton of Cassie's, man, you need to do the next training because that would be awesome. So I had my most fun just sharing with my customers that I'm their traveling stylist and that I am here to hunt for them, not for unicorns, to hunt to help them find the next beautiful piece. And oh my gosh, hold on. A story just came to my brain and I need to make sure that I say this because it was so good. It just happened last week. All right, so getting to everyone's, it's like a chase. One love it. If you're not traveling around and you do have to create one that's locally or you join one that's locally, and like I said, it is helpful to find someone that is a little bit more of an active consultant because if you want to come back and they like you, you know, you're their guest in their home. You kind of need to wow the consultant, not in selling. It doesn't mean I've had people come and sell nothing. I've gone and sold nothing. I've had several where I've gone and sold nothing. Guess what? I've had pop-ups where I've sold nothing. You know what's worse? Traveling to someone's stranger's house, setting up 12, 8, 2 racks, whatever I bring, hauling that crap in, having it smell like smoke, and then nothing selling. You know, like that is way worse than me showing up with a light and going live. The only thing that's hurt in that instance is my pride. And you have to swallow your pride at takeovers. You cannot. It will destroy you if you think every time I've got to prove something to this consultant that I need to sell something. It will destroy you. You've got to have the right mentality of your objective. I'm here to have fun. I'm here to get out of the house. I tell my customers all the time, just tell me to look for something. I don't even care if you're shopping. Because guess what? It's going to get someone staring at the same time that they're having me look for this small Sarah that doesn't exist. Or it's going to get me busy so I'm not bored. Or 3, it's going to get us talking and it's going to get engagement up. You know, and so don't ever be afraid of just showing up and trying it. Okay? But you got to try it more than once. I swear it works. Okay? I'm not some special person that has like special powers to get amazing prints and boxes. I don't have money to invest in boxes. I didn't until recently because of takeovers, thank goodness, and also selling off the things that didn't sell in my house. And so it got to a point where I was like, I kind of hate selling out of my house right now. Like I was like, where's the next place I could travel? This is so fun. And you can't be careful getting stuck in that. And we'll talk about that a little bit later, because you definitely still want to have a business where you can take care of your in-person people that want to come shop in person. And also people like to see you in your home and they like to know that they're supporting you, because a lot of times customers get really confused on who they're supporting at takeovers. Okay. So you can be very aware about explaining to them that consultant is your warehouse. That's all it is. They're your warehouse and you get to handpick their inventory. It's awesome. But we'll get into that in a second. So don't be afraid to schedule different times. Oh man, summertime, if you guys want to wait until the summer, I mean, you can, but let me tell you right now, things happen fast in LuLaRoe. People jump on it quick, we attack it, and then it gets boring, and then customers get bored, customers get annoyed, we start to turn into car salesmen, and then they move on to the next thing, okay? Same thing happened with album sales, multi-consultant sales, a lot of vendor events actually, in-person multi-sales, a lot of these things, it's like really fun. And if you're in the beginning of it, you sell a lot. And then everyone's like, what, this is working? We're going to all leech to it. And then we're going to all leech to it. And we're going to suck it dry until it's like dead. So here's what I'm telling you right now. Takeovers are hot. You can do them right now. It's fine. But let me tell you, warehouse is getting so amazing that people are going to start hiding more. Hiding their inventory when you come take over. People are going to not really want you to come because they have amazing things and they want to keep it for their customers. Or 3, your customer is going to wish that they had a consultant that got fresh boxes from the warehouse. And so you need to be prepared for that. I think that that's going to be the next switch. I'm not the master of all knowing, but I really do think that that's what's going to happen because the prints are getting so amazing. And LuLaRoe is hearing us and fixing the things that they need to fix. In the meantime, it is not a bad idea to add one of these IPAs to your week, to do a takeover once a week. It is not, in fact, it's a great idea. And let me tell you, don't pull your customers on the time to show up, because guess who votes in that poll? Everyone who doesn't show up. So you do it when it works for you, and you do it when, and do it at different times. Try it out at different times. I will say my daytime takeovers were amazeballs in the summer, but I realize I have a lot of teachers as my customers. I've done a lot of teacher health fairs. And so right now, if I do a takeover in the day, they're all sad that they can't attend it. So they all want me to do evenings. However, I'm not going to only just do evenings. I do both because you can build a good daytime audience. And why not? Why should we only have to work at night when our kids are asleep? Or why should we, when they're going to sleep? Why do we feel so like boxed and prisoned into this time frame that we have to go live? You don't have to go live. If you had one person at your house at 10 a.m., 12 p.m., or 1 p.m., you would treat them like royalty. They might buy one thing, none thing, or 50 things. I've literally had someone buy like 25 things at one point. She ended up later being like, you know, stealing it from me. But that's a whole other story for a whole other time. However, it happens. You never know. So you could be live if one person is watching, even if it's your mom. Maybe she's feeling, maybe she wants to spend a bunch of money. Who knows? You know, don't be afraid of that. Clientele, because those people will tell their people and their people and their people, and that is it. Let me tell you, I have moved this business so many times. It takes like 3 or 4 VIPs that are strong VIPs for me to gain my in-person support again. That's all it takes, because then they create their little web and they invite me into their little web, and it's awesome and amazing. So do not be afraid of daytime, especially when you travel. Oh my gosh. If you can sneak in a takeover while you're traveling, amazing. Hello. Making extra money while you're on the traveling route. Do whatever you need. Guess what? You can literally be on a business trip for another business and say you're in like New York, and you could like ask your upline, do you know anyone in New York? Or type Facebook New York or whatever. And you'd be like, hey, I'm in town. I have the night free. Can I come take over? I'm a full-time, you know, I work somewhere else, but I also am a LuLaRoe consultant, so I can come take over. Who knows? Maybe nothing will happen. Maybe I'll sell 50 things. Who knows? You never know. So have fun with it. Now, I do realize it's not for everyone, but if you want to do it, here's what you need to bring to be prepared. You need to bring your phone, obviously. Bring a charger. Don't forget a charger. It would be so sad. Bring something to hang your phone, hold your phone, prop your phone, anything, okay? I have made, if you forget, I have made the skirt hangers work. I just clipped my little phone on I've literally clipped my phone on a skirt hanger and hung that skirt hanger on window blinds. Literally at Terry's house it happened. So you can make, actually it was a selfie stick. That's what it was. So you can make crazy things happen, okay? You can. You want to have the best lighting you can get. If you go during the day, face the window. You face the window. The phone faces away from the window. You're going to have amazing lighting. Everyone's going to say, oh my gosh, Robin, you've got the best complexion in the world. And you're going to be like, oh, thank you. Does anyone want to shop, or do you want to keep complimenting me? Because seriously, it's amazing. It's amazing. But if you cannot get that window shot, or you're in the bottom of a cellar where someone keeps their LuLaRoe, just make sure you have a light. You've got a good light. There is a link that I will find of this. I love this light. It's like it's a big light, but it's a traveling one. It has a little carrying case and everything. And then I just use the Amazon tripod. It's sitting right here because I have terrible light right by my computer right here, which is why I look so awesome and red. But if you stare at the light and you're willing to get the light migraine from working alive, you could probably sell amazing things, because you need good light. You don't want to spend your time being like, this is a blue and I think a little bit of yellow. You want it to really show well. So you can say blue and yellow, or you can say, this is cute. See, that's one. Say sold one if you want it. Now extension cord. Don't forget an extension cord. Just have one in your car. And don't expect anything. Really we're going to talk etiquette for a second. Do not expect anything from the consultant. Don't show up and be like, where's my red carpet? I'm here to sell your things. You better treat me like royalty. Don't do that. Oh my gosh. You are a guest in their home. You're a guest. In their Lula closet, they're allowing you. If they want to hide things, you can say nothing about it. And let me tell you, you're going to want to. No. Okay? Just don't. Because here's the deal. You're a guest in their home. They're allowing you to come sell their things to your customers. The only thing, which is a great benefit, is that you're moving their inventory. If they are a smart consultant that has very smart business tactics, right, they will hide things. Or if they are someone that cannot let go of their inventory and are so married to their inventory that their business will probably not succeed for very long. And I don't mean that rudely. I mean that sometimes people are unwilling to, I'll give you a story in a minute, okay? Pause that for a second. Just know you're a guest, okay? Be prepared to pay immediately. Immediately. You don't sit there and go, I'm going to invoice my customers, and unless they're chill and they're cool chatting with you, okay? I'm going to invoice my customers, and as soon as they pay, I'll pay you. No, you should not be doing takeovers if you don't have a good chunk of change sitting on your little card or sitting in your bank account that you should pay them immediately. That is just pure etiquette, okay? Here's the deal. It is your responsibility if your customer doesn't pay. Sorry, this is all tough love, right? You are taking the chance and trusting your customers that they will pay. If your customer does not pay, that consultant is not required to buy that piece back from you. Okay? That's Robin's Rule 101. I would go nuts. And plus I would be so embarrassed. Oh, Holly, those 4 Sarahs I bought from you, they didn't sell, so I need to sell them back to you. What? No, that's not part of takeover etiquette, okay? You sell it, it's gone. It's literally like, awesome, love you, thank you for selling those ugly things. I never want to see them again. If they show up in your stuff, that's up to you. That is part of the responsibility of taking over, okay? So again, if you're not willing to do that, it may not be the thing for you, all right? But that's etiquette. Now you can do it, but I will promise you, the good consultants won't want you back. And in fact, they'll be super annoyed and they will not keep quiet about it. And then word will go around town that you're that consultant that's super rude, and you don't want to be that, okay? You don't want to do that. So ask the consultant how long you are allowed to go live. So important, okay? There's been a few times where I went so long, and that consultant could have been insanely annoyed with me after and never told me. And I'm realizing now, and I've done it in the last month, where I ask them, okay, it's going to be about 2 hours. Is that okay? And I'll tell you why it's 2 hours in a second. Because some consultants are going to expect half hour. Some consultants are going to expect an hour. And then if you go 2-3 hours, you are drawing from their entire day. All right. Some consultants are going to be standing over your shoulder, staring at you. Some consultants are going to leave the room. My advice, leave the room. Okay. If you have someone taking over at your house, leave the room or be in the room to help them pull stuff. But if you're just staring, it's a little awkward. And I've had it happen. And it's so weird. And it wasn't you, Terry. Don't worry. It was so weird. And she was just like, I just want to watch you. And I was like, I'm not used to faces staring at me. I'm used to my phone staring at me. This is so weird. Okay. I'm going to sell because now she's staring. Okay, so just remember, try not to stay longer than 2 hours if you can. Really try, all right? Be really cordial to the host. Oh my gosh, just like when you're showing up for a pop-up and you're a guest in that person's home and you're bringing in racks, you should be nothing but insanely cordial because you want to come back, all right? You want to always be invited back. Just think that way. You want to leave it in a way where you would know they would want you to come back, all right? And even if you don't want to come back, all right, you want to be known as the kind, loving, awesome consultant that maybe sells 1 or 2 pieces rather than the crappy leaving a mess and never putting stuff back on racks but sells 50 pieces. That's not, you don't want that. You want the former, not the latter, okay? Because I'm telling you, no, you might want the latter, but you won't take over for too long. So don't expect stuff from your consultant. Just be cordial and maybe like, oh my gosh, I forgot my charger. Like I always forget my stinking charger. I always do. Or I have the cord and I forget the stinking plug. And I'm like, do you have a little pluggy thingy? And they're always willing to help. But just be cordial and kind, okay? Help them move any print. Let me tell you right now, if you're not willing to show the fugly, you'll sell less. Because I promise you, you're going to sell fugly. Because people see it in a new light, and it's like a new boutique, and they're like, oh, and you're like, I've had this on my rack in your size. There was one time where she's like, sold. I was like, no, this is not sold to you. I have this on my rack. I'll get it from my own. I was like, you literally have this in your size. Now, she was a friend of mine, okay? That's why I could talk to her that way. But be willing to show stuff. Be willing to show stuff that you think wouldn't possibly sell otherwise. But also be willing to show the good stuff. Okay, don't be just a unicorn hunter, because then that's going to condition your customers to only shop the good things that you deem are good, and it's going to seed out the people that just want to see what is there. okay, and want to shop what is there. Let's see. Okay, here's how you're gonna do your, we're gonna do this in 15 minutes. We're gonna end this. Here's how you hype it, okay? Business smart tactics, smart business tactics. Key that. Robin Blade said the same, quote unquote. Business smart tactics, okay? It is Robin Blade, not Blad, by the way. Okay, you're gonna create an event this is what works for me. This is the month that I cruise qualified on takeovers. I literally didn't order one box from home office. I had the same exact stuff in my boutique, and I took over like 3 or 4 times a day. And it was when I got home from convention, all right? And I was like, I gotta prove to myself if I can do this, right? I gotta prove. And I'll show you the numbers at the end. So if you stay on, I will prove to you, all you greens that don't believe me, that it happened, okay? And then I decided it was too much work, so I pulled away a little bit because I was gone a lot. But however, you're gonna create an event in it's gonna be annoying, but in your page and in your group, on your page and in your group, okay? You're gonna create this. Why? Because why not create double the amount so double the amount of people see it? That's all. It's like people think like, I wanna just do one or the other. I'm like, why? You're gonna miss people. Just do it. Just do them both. So do them in both, all right? You're going to invite the people to that. People that you know are gonna show up, okay? You're gonna invite your VIPs or people that you want to show up, okay? You're gonna, and if this is your first time, just know it takes a lot of hype, all right? You're gonna have to continue to go live. You're going to have to teach your customers what the H you're doing. They're gonna have no idea, or they're gonna be like, I've heard of takeovers, or I've shopped one before. I wanna know how she does it. You have to be a repetitive monkey for a while, okay? Give yourself a week before your takeover where you are constantly, I almost went like this, hey, I'm live, no, okay? You got your phone, and you're gonna be like, hey guys, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Right now we're gonna go over all my Randy teas that I have, but oh my gosh, you guys, I can't wait for the takeover on Friday. You have to RSVP to be a part of it. And so make them a requirement to RSVP because they're gonna get first notification when you go live, all right? So you're gonna say, you have to RSVP. And I remember the first time I said, if you RSVP, you get $5 off your purchase, all right? $5 off your purchase is not gonna kill me on, if I sell 4 Randy teas. $5 off my purchase, I can do, especially because 3 of those probably are the same person. So I'm gonna say, oh my gosh, and I'm gonna say it on every live, and I'm gonna go live twice a day because I'm gonna hype it like crazy. I'm gonna post selfies of myself because you guys know Facebook Robot will push your face, a selfie, more than it will a word swag. Try to stay away from word swag if you can. I'm gonna do everything. I'm gonna change my cover photo. I don't care if it sounds spammy. I'm gonna do everything I can to reach the people that I want. I'm gonna mobile text alert when I'm late and when I'm there. I'm going to, anything I can do, basically from the week up to it, I'm gonna post a selfie or a funny meme or something 3 times a day. I'm gonna do 3 different posts. Plus I'm gonna go live twice. I'm gonna go live with my own inventory, and I'm gonna remind them, go RSVP to the event, because holy moly, it's going to be amazing. It's our very first, I'm gonna be your traveling consultant. We're gonna always do this on Fridays, or we're gonna always do this once a week, or we're gonna do this once a month. And I'm so pumped because you're gonna be able to, however you wanna spin it, all right? But the hype is huge. You cannot just go to a takeover and go live and hope people show up and hope to sell. You might, but you gotta put in the groundwork, which requires all the background of being active in your group and on your page. If you're not active on those and you try this, I cannot guarantee that you will cruise qualify. Why is cruise qualify even a thing? It's just a fancy number. It doesn't matter. You could do 10 grand, you could do 5 grand, you could do 1 grand and celebrate. It doesn't matter. Whatever your goal is. I'm telling you, my goal was 12K. I wanted to prove to all of my friends who were like, don't do that, you're gonna ruin your business, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I wanna prove that this works. And I'm gonna ride it hard, because why not? It doesn't take any investment for me except for time. So you're gonna create that, you're gonna hype it as much as you can. You can say everyone who RSVPs gets free shipping. You can say, get on there and share my live. As soon as you share it, I'm going to giveaway a pair of leggings, whatever. Which, side note, I do not recommend going through leggings at takeovers. It's going to take 500 years. It will waste your time to sell $25. Work on a shirt rather than a pair of leggings. Just saying, it is not going to be fun. Always post selfies and respond. Here's a key thing. Because my teachers work during the day now, one of my posts, which now I can mark as an announcement, thank you, Facebook, I'm going to post on my page and in my group. The exact same post. I'm just going to spam it around. I don't even care. Okay? I'm not really spamming because it's real. It's me, and my real people do interact. All right? I'm going to say, I'm going to maybe put a picture of I'm going to ask the consultant, can I have a picture of your room? Maybe I'll post the picture of the room and then a selfie of me like, I don't know, something weird. And I'm going to say, if you can't make it, comment below what you want. And I'm going to have responses that I'm going to have people saying what they want to see. And they'll be responding throughout that. And I'm telling you right now, always respond to them. If they never shop, you're going to realize once you do your takeovers, who are looky-loos and who are actual shoppers. And I'll tell you in a second how to deal with the looky-loos. All right, so respond, post, all of that, awesome. Now, when you are live, all the same rules apply. Do your fast start. Hey, it's Robin. You're probably watching the recording. This is a takeover. You have to only shop at a takeover. I love you. Our next takeover might be next week. We're going to see how this goes. If you're just joining, make sure you say hi, though. I want to say hi to you. Okay, so let me tell you guys a story. Oh, my gosh, and you're going to be talking to no one. And you're just going to tell a story. You're going to look like a crazy lady, but it's going to work because people give you, like, what, 8 to 10 seconds while they're scrolling the feed? All right, so you want to be talking. If you're like, oh, I'll be right back. I'm busy. Hold on. I'll be right back. Like, you lost them. You can do that later on in the live. And it's not to say I haven't ever done that. I've done that, but you're going to have quicker viewers if you give it that hot start, which we teach about in Success Live training. Now, explain to your customers, again, repetitive monkey. You're going to have to, I don't know why monkey, but whatever. You're going to have to teach them what it is, and you're going to have to teach them etiquette of a takeover, that they need to pay by the end of the day. That's my rule. Pay by the end of the day, or you're not actually cut out. I give you one chance. And I tell you, if you do this again, you're not going to be able to shop takeovers, and I'm going to have to remove you from my group. All right? So that's the deal. Some people have a 1-strike policy. I don't have that. Mine's a 2-strike policy. But my customers know and respect. End of the day has to be paid. They know that this is a live event, that there's no shopping later. So when I'm responding to those people who have commented on that post of what they want to see, I either do that, I either get there like 10 minutes early to the takeover, which I never do. I'm always 10 minutes late. Or I'm going to spend 10 to 20 minutes after, and I'm going to take pictures of stuff. And I'm going to say, you got to respond immediately. Okay, and if they don't respond immediately, that's it. They can't get it, or maybe I'm friends with the consultant and I can say, oh, let me go ask her if we can still have that. So when you go live, let me tell you, what changed my business was when I went live more than once for a takeover. That entire time I was traveling the country, I went live once on my business page, and I went live till I stopped getting comments, and then I turned it off. Let me tell you, I probably could have cruise qualified in those 2 weeks if I had done this. And it was go live more than once. If you go live and there's 0 engagement for the first 5 minutes, shut it off and start a new one. You don't want to be sitting there forever, okay? Just continue to try to basically, whatever happened, Facebook didn't push your video right at first, okay? Because Facebook gods are the worst, all right? So if you're live, let's say, I would go longer than 5 minutes. If you've got no one on there is what I'm saying. No one is engaging and you've got no one on there, stop it and restart. You can even delete it. No one's even got to see it. And then restart or stay, okay? I'm telling you what works for me, all right? And what made me finally go from 3 to 5 to like 6,000, 7,000 up to 12 was when I did this. I created the events in my business page and my group. I went live in the event in my group first. Why? Because those people who RSVP'd are my VIPs. and they get first pick at my takeover because they took the time to RSVP and they're there to shop. So I literally tell them, before I give this to the masses, I'm going live here in this event. And they will get the notification. Anyone in the group can get the notification if they're in the group at the time, if they click on my name. But they won't get it in their Facebook notifications unless they RSVP. All right. Second thing is I hired an online assistant. My online assistant is my friend that lives in Virginia or my other friend that lived in California. They were there to track all of my sales, which wasn't a ton, okay? But they were there to engage. So I never had to stop and restart a live because they were there talking to each other, talking to me, talking to the consultants. And they're currently, I don't have them anymore right now because I stopped doing takeovers as much, but that month I really needed them. And then it turned into they ended up invoicing for me after, which was so nice. However, then they were in charge of also sharing. It was so nice. I shared where I needed to, and then I was like, have at it, share whatever you want. Be careful how they share. Make sure you teach them, because I did get in trouble once because they shared it in a bad place. So when you go live, either be prepared by having stuff pulled that you know your customers are going to like, or be ready to go to the racks blindly. Benefits and negatives to both. Pulling is limiting what your customers are going to see. It's that unicorn hunting mentality. You're only going to show them what you like, and you're going to sell less. If you're willing to go to the rack of medium Irmas, and it's someone that you know has bought one Irma from you in the past 2 years, you're going to look and you're going to see there's 20, or there's 5, or there's 2, however many Irmas. Just say, I'm going to grab my favorites that I know you love. And you may not know her at all. You might say, do you love, what color don't you like to wear? And she's going to say yellow. Everyone says yellow. So you don't grab any yellows out, right? You're going to say, oh, this blue. And you're going to make noises while you're back here. Like, you don't have to. This is what I do, right? Dramatic. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm so excited to show you. And then you show them 5 or 4 or 3 of your favorite things. Don't sit there forever and show them all 10 or all 20. Or if there's 2, show them the 2, but don't, You say, these are the best ones she had. They may not be, they may be the only ones she had. And that's it. You move on. If she doesn't want to shop those, that's it. And you're going to be like, whoa, wait a minute. But I need to show her them all. There's a point for, there's a spot for that where she can wait till the end. All right. So you're going to go live in the event. You're going to go live on your page, and that's where you mass it out. You want everyone to know that you are live. You're going to stay live. You're going to talk to yourself. Just talk. Okay. And then, let's see, you're going to keep going until you hit your time, until you hit your goal. Once you hit your goal, you either keep going until your time goal, or you just say, holy moly, we did it. I'm going to stop and I'm going to go get a shake because holy crap, we just hit our goal. I'm so excited. You guys, I'm so excited that you all are getting a box of confetti and don't do that. I mean, that'd be messy. I don't know. Something in your package. I don't know. I'm just so excited. Be so appreciative because these customers are supporting you. And always tell them, I'm so happy that I was able to come here. I used to say the consultant by name. And then I started seeing my customers like show up in their lives. And I was like, probably shouldn't say the consultant's exact name. I probably should just be like, oh, my friend Holly, I'm so excited. Alex is so hot. I always call her Alex, whatever. Get over it, Alex. So anyway, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm just so happy she's here. She's my sponsor. Oh, we're like Lula famous over here. I don't know. Do something weird. That's what I do. Okay, you don't have to do that. Your persona might be totally different. However, at the end, you can tell them, if you want to stick around, I'm going to go live one more time on my group, and I call it a round robin. I know round robins are something else right now in LuLaRoe, but I started round robin first. No, I didn't. However, and I'm like, I'm going to tour this room, and you're going to shop with me. So I'm like, like movie star style. It's like, oh man, there was one that was like turned into, what was that movie where they're like breathing and the camera's like up their nose and they're like in the forest and it's like a scary movie. I don't know. I want to say Poltergeist, even though it's not Poltergeist because that's where the kid goes in the TV. I don't know. But holy moly, that happened at a live once. I was having an anxiety attack actually. It was at Terry's house. And I was like, I just need to stop this live. I'm so stressed out because I was there with another teammate and I was like super stressed and like I didn't want to work that night anyway. All right. my customers I remember it's on my page. I started my live and I had it propped up on the blinds, and the thing fell within seconds of my live starting, and it total shot up my skirt. And I like, oh, let me just grab it. We'll just keep going. And I just kept going and did the whole live. And so you can go back and rewatch it. It's somewhere at Terry's house, far back in my feed. And within seconds, those 7 seconds, you get a shot of my underwear, okay? And I was like, it was a good live, so I didn't delete it. But I didn't realize how bad the shot was. So crazy things happen, but people like love reality, all right? So just be willing to like let the crazy stuff happen. Don't be afraid to get messy with the camera is what I'm saying. When you do these round robins, the biggest thing that people want is they want to jump through their screen and they want to touch the racks. And they want to know what's behind you. And so you can keep it mysterious, and that might be like your way of selling, or you can do like go around the room. And I remember when we were at the Russells, which by the way, if you ever drive through the United States and you drive through Tucson, amazing takeover is the Russells. And I was like, holy crap, I'm at the 2 racks of Lola's right now. Who wants to shop Lola's? And Ben was holding the camera, and I was like, oh my gosh. And everyone was like, oh my gosh, I didn't even think of that. Show me larges. And I sold like 4. And I was like, oh my gosh, I wouldn't have done that if I didn't show it. And so you won't sell unless you show it. And so, and you won't sell unless you create the hype, and you won't sell unless you're already active, and there's so many things. I know it's so many like dumb little channels of stuff that's tiring. And if you're sick of it, do a 10-day fast, because you'll miss it, because that's what I'm doing right now. I'm on day 7. I peeked on Facebook once just to make sure it was good, and also to send my customer that lost her stuff in the flood her invoices. So I had to do that, but I've stayed away. I've sold stuff in person, but just not online. It's been nice. Okay, so last things last. However you're gonna be for your own live in your own room, that's how you're gonna be. The best part is when when consultants give you freedom, when they don't hide stuff, because that's awesome. And but again, respect to them if they want to hide stuff. And you just kind of have the freedom to like pretend like it's your boutique. You're gonna have the most fun. And if you're super awkward, just bring a friend. And that's really fun because you can have banter back and forth. Bring your hubs, because he'll be, I don't know, husbands, sometimes they're super weird in the background. Like Mr. Brownlee over there, I mean, super weird. I'm just kidding. No, he's super weird. Look at him, obsessed with her hair. Oh my gosh. Okay. Y'all are cray. Okay. I don't need to know what happens. I don't need to know what keeps you happy at night. Okay. Alexandra, are you red yet? Are you as red as me? Tyler's gonna come kiss you, and then you'll turn bright red. Give her like a sloppy kiss. I know you can hear me. Here it comes. Here it comes. Oh, they're so cute. Okay, you already made a baby. We don't need to see it. All right. And so the main thing is speak to them as you would in person. Treat them kindly. Be a fun experience for them, and then thank them. That's my biggest thing, is thank your customers. You don't have to be like, thank you. You know, your sale helped me go on a trip to like go to Vegas. Thank you. You don't need to say that. You just need to say thank you. You're supporting my family. And in so doing, I was able to go on a mommy's trip, and now I'm a better mom. So thank you for supporting me and supporting me. No, people want to know that they're making a difference in the world. And if you can tell them that, why not? Because that's the best feeling in the world. After you're live, just make sure you invoice immediately. Don't make the consultant wait. Pay immediately and ship pretty quickly, because your customers will keep shopping. Don't be afraid to charge shipping every time. You can do that. Look at the Foys, what they just did, you guys. I mean, I don't even know. I haven't been online. Did they officially say they're out of business yet? But I don't know. But if you guys are watching them, they like went live and like sold stuff for like whatever. I don't even care if I'm recorded, whatever. Anyway, and they were like, every live, they were like, we don't care, you're paying shipping again. People still pay it. They don't care. If it's something they love, don't be afraid to charge shipping, or be very super, super organized and hold out, and then you can say, I have your little pile, I'll ship it on Friday. And then you can be that cool customer service person, and then you'll be better than me at that, because I don't. I just charge you more shipping. And don't be afraid to push yourself. Give yourself a goal and push yourself really hard. And then you can do like me. I pushed myself, I hit it, and I said that was too much. I'm going to pull back a little bit. And so the next month was 8K, and I was like, you know what, I'm good with that. I'm good. And then and then what's happening now, and my last little story, because I've ignored my inventory so much, I'm not in there. It's right there. It's over there in the dark in the abyss. I've had people come do takeovers. I'm finding a transition now that I'm trying to work my way through on how I'm going to balance the takeovers and not, because I really like the takeovers, but I also really still love the box. We all fell in love with the boxes, and they're getting so good. And I'm not saying they're all 100% yet, but they're so much better. Oh my gosh. And I'm getting tired here with the takeovers. I love them, but I cannot keep up with it like I was. And I will still do them. But I really miss just opening a good box and being so excited. And so that's been my 10-day fast of staying away from social media, revamping, because I need to balance the two. So I'm not training on that because I don't know yet. I know how to go full force on either. I don't know how to mesh them very well yet. So, so that's my training. And if you guys have any questions, you can ask anything. I'm open book. That's it. Chat. Blair Witch Project. Oh, Terry, I will sell all the things. Well, I want to. What the heck? Is that Shirley? My Shirleys are supposed to come tomorrow. I actually have boxes coming again. You guys, it's no joke. Okay, hold on. I'll be open with you. Let me just freaking share screen this for you. I don't really love saying that I'm still a coach because I'm not, whatever. So I hit that rank for a while. Why did I take my glasses off?
I need you to come sell all the things because I just want to keep ordering more boxes.
So Terry, talk about why you like me to come sell.
Because I have a Lula problem, and I only like buying from the warehouse, and I like getting a new box every week. So I just keep buying, and I can't keep, my customers can't keep up with my addiction, so I have Robin come sell all my stuff.
So you could probably, let's be real, you could probably sell more of your box and find more people. But Terry, you work full time. And you have an awesome group that supports you. She sells amazing. And what I love the most about Terry's on my team, okay, I love her, is that she's willing to accept the goals that she wants. And she's super happy. And she just actually had the coolest experience with LuLaRoe. She was able to pay her mom this huge lump sum. Oh, it was so cool. You have to ask her another time, or I don't know. It was so awesome.
Yeah, I don't mind sharing. I went through a really bad divorce, and my ex-husband took me to court, took all my personal belongings, took my kid, took everything, and I was living more than paycheck to paycheck. I only ate on days that I had my kid. And so my mom paid my attorney fees, and that was 18 years ago. And I was able to write her a check for $8,000 and hand it to her because of LuLaRoe. It was my why. So now I got to find a new why, because now I'm just I just want to buy and have everybody else sell my stuff. So
my why is to feed my addiction of takeovers.
Yes, because I have lots of unicorns. That's why I'm like, Robin, come back. See,
that's the thing, is churning and burning your inventory is a big thing right now. Everyone's going to leech to it, and we're going to suck it dry. But right now, if you move your inventory quick, it's not about having 5,000 pieces like it used to be. Look at that tie-dye. Oh, my gosh.
I'm telling you, my group likes just basic. My group's not wild. They're only buying Lula because they're friends with me. Pretty much, that's my people. They just do it because they're like, Terry's just doing it for fun. I don't, and that's the bad thing. I don't take it as a business. I do this because this is my happy place. This is my my hobby. So that's why I'm always like, somebody come sell my stuff.
That's awesome. And so if you can find yourself a Terry, it's awesome. So anyone wants to come to San Antonio, you can come take over. It's freaking amazing. I love it because it's nice. It's nice to have that. Let me figure out okay, so July, my retail, I don't know how to share this without showing all the other people's numbers, and so I don't want to do that. But July, my sales were 5811. That was my takeover month. June, my sales were 5,000. May, my sale, I've always been up. February, 2764. March was 2764. My baby went in the NICU for a little while, and I ain't gonna be selling a lot then. February is $3,000. All right. So anyway, I've been around between 5 from then on. Okay. I've been in for 3 years. Don't compare your chapter 1 or your chapter 5 to my chapter 500 is what it feels like. And I do have like a group of followers, and that's really nice. You got to be a goat lover. Okay. You know, a little goat. Look how cute that is. Isn't that so cute? I have real goats, not just painting them goats. But anyway, so let's see. And then, yeah, it was it. July, I had 5811. And then August, I hit 12017. I remember I told Alex, I said, do not ask me to teach this training until I know I can hit and doing takeovers.
Pause. How many goats do you have?
How many goats?
I have
Sidebar.
4 now.
Okay, I was close. I said 6.
I had 6. We sold a sheep. We sold our sheep off, and then one of our goats died. We've had a lot of goats die, but we know now how to take care of them better.
Well, that's good. You only had to sacrifice a couple.
Yeah, actually, Benj literally had to put one out of its misery. It was so sad. It was sad, and it's buried in our backyard. And we don't own a gun, so you can imagine how real sad that was. Not because we want guns. We just haven't prioritized it. And we didn't even think, like, we could probably just go to our neighbor who's a Texan. Can you come shoot this for us instead of us doing what we think we have to do? And now that's recorded forever. But yeah, we love our goats. But if they get attacked and they're suffering, you got to be a country person. You got to take care of it. So yeah, and then September, I was at 8,000 because that's when I pulled back. And then I went back to 5 because now I'm trying to figure out how to mesh the two. So that's me being honest. I'm not going to straight up say, I sell 30 grand and I do takeovers. That's all I do. Although there might be someone out there and they should be teaching. So I'll kiss the ground and walk on. All right, that's it. I'm going to keep talking. I'm going to keep saying weird stuff, so I got to stop. I'm going to say the Foys went out of business before they even went out of business. Have they said anything? Has anyone said anything?
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
I've had people come here, but I haven't actually done it yet. I need her to be bigger, but
Here's the deal is like, you don't have to do it. You know, if you have good success in your house, you don't need to go out and do it. So, but it's something you can do. All right. See you later.
So for the record.
Oh. Holly!
Okay. I'm going to chime in real quick. My very first takeover was with my daughter, my youngest. And I ended up going live, breastfeeding her, showing things.
Yep. That's the life, man. And people just
it was crazy.
Yeah. People will just, and they'll be like scrolling. They'll be like, what is happening? I need to watch this. And it's a new viewer. And it's like, awesome.
Yep. It worked.
If all else fails, guys, show off a boob and you'll get you. Just saying. I'm just kidding. All right. I love you guys. Have a good night. Bye.